Okay, right, so on these bellows straps, on this side, which is the lower side, the bellows strap will fit on, and I can just drill some more holes, some like pilot holes, and I can get that just to be fitted very nicely, like that. So I'll do that, that's not a problem. On the other side there is a bit of a problem, and this is an interesting one. So when the customer Richard dropped this off to me, the treble side couplers weren't working properly. Now, one of the things I did at the beginning was to remove the bellows straps because the screws were loose and it was all kind of coming apart. Now, if I just take this apart, because I can take the treble side off here, I'll show you why I think there was a problem. So this is quite interesting. So let me just move that back there. Right, so if I show you, just turn it around a little bit. Right, so inside here, just in there, is some of the rods for the treble side mechanism, and the bellows strap screws were going through a bit too high on here, and the screws poking through were affecting these rods in here, and so that was stopping the mechanism from working. Now what I want to do is put the bellows strap back on, but I don't want to have it up here where it would have been, because the screws will be interfering with the mechanism. So what I've got to do is bring it down to about here. Now the problem is, if I bring it down to here, this bellows strap is now too long. So if I put it back onto the accordion, I'll put it back on, just move that like that, and bring it on like this. So if I set it where I think I should have it so it doesn't interfere, as you can see, it's now too long. So what I'm going to do on this side is I'm going to fix it on here, but I'm going to replace this strap here with a new strap with a new popper on it that will fit onto there perfectly. So what I've got here, I've got some leather of the same thickness. I'm going to just cut that to shape to match the shape of this one, and I've already taken off the leather, or the strap. It's actually not leather, it's faux leather, but I'm going to put real leather on, and I'm going to rivet the new piece of leather onto here, and then I'm going to rivet a new stud popper onto the other end once I've worked out how long it's got to be. So it's a little bit of an interesting one, but I think if I can do this, what I'll end up with is the bellows straps will be on securely, but the screws won't be interfering with the treble side mechanism. So the next job I'm going to do now is to rivet the strap onto here. So what I'm going to do is actually move all this out of the way and just get the just do the riveting with this clear. So let me just do that first. Sorry about that. I'm deliberately going to cut this long because I don't know where I'm going to put the second popper yet. So let's just make a mark. In fact, I've got the old one here, so I might just draw around this as a little template. Then I can cut this out with my sharp scissors. I won't film it all. I'll just cut it out and show you when I finish cutting it, otherwise it's a bit dull. Okay, the next thing is I need to mark on here where I'm going to make a hole for the rivet to go through. So I can just offer it up. I do it that way. Like that. Make a little hole mark. There we are. So now I'm just get my riveting set, and it's over here. So there we are. I've just got a little set for riveting. Very exciting set. Well, I hope it is, because when I bought it, it said it was a riveting set, so I'm hoping it will be riveting. Right, now I need to find a rivet that will fit through these holes and be the right length. Let's have a find of one. Also, I'm going to go for silver just because it matches the other one. There we go. That's going to be nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is punch a hole where I made my mark. Like that. There we go, nice and in the middle. And that should fit through there, which it does. Super duper duper. So then I've got my this thing. So I need to now get the second part of the rivet. There we go. And I'll get my riveting block. And I just need to find my ear defenders, because I don't like doing riveting without ear defenders because it makes my ears ring. I'll just find my riveting my ear. Okay, so now I'm going to put. If I just zoom in actually. Let's see if I can just get that zoomed in with the magic of zooming. There you go. So I'm going to put this rivet, this end through there. Then I'm going to put it through the strap, get that located in there, pop that on like that, and then I've got my special punch which comes with the set. Put that on there, grab my hammer. Where's my hammer? Ah, wait a minute, what's my hammer? Hang on, I've got to find my hammer. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right, I've got my hammer. So now I'm just going to pop that down onto there and give it a hefty swipe. Perfect. There we go. And it has to rotate, obviously, because you need to be able to move it out of the way as necessary. So that's absolutely perfect. So what I can do now, I can use that as my bellows strap on the side where I've got to be careful with the length of the screws. So let's see what happens. Okay, so the next step is I'm going to take this strap that I've put a new piece of leather on, and just going to hold it here where I want to screw it into the treble side without fouling up onto the mechanism. So it's kind of fairly low down here, and then hold it against the hopper, press stud, and I've made a mark where I want the press stud to fit so that it all works nicely. So I've made a little mark on my thingy bobbly. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fit a press stud onto here to fit onto that. Then I'm going to clip it on, and then I'm going to work out exactly where the holes have got to be to make that work. So next step is I'm just going to move the accordion out of the way and get my press stud kit all ready. So just give me a second when I get that. Okay, so the next thing then is on my piece of leather. I'm going to pop a hole, make sure it's in the middle, which it is. Double check. Take a hole, and then I've got my press stud kit. Actually, I need to make the hole one size bigger than that, so let's there we go. So let's just make that one size bigger. There we go. So make sure I get this right way around. So so that goes. Actually, I might need to go another hole bigger. Actually, is that going to get through there? No, I need to go one bigger. Ah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. Sorry about this. On the wrong side of it. Ew. Come on, surely now. There we go. So now I can push that through. And then on this side I can put the other bit of the press stud, and then I need to get my little block. Press that on there. Get my hammer. Get my earplugs. Just put those on for a sec. And then all I've got to do now is get the little punch. Pop it all together. And I'm just going to rivet that all back together. There we go. Give it a little tonk. There we go. So now that's now got a popper, so that will fit onto the accordion. Now the next thing is, before I screw it on, is I'm just going to match up the tail with this one. So what I'm going to do is just make an outline on here so that the two look similar. So I'm just going to make that outline of that tail, so when they're on they look similar. So I'm just going to cut that out. Do that and I'll show you with the next step. Okay, so I've cut that off, and I'm just going to get a little bit of 240 grit, and I'm just going to smooth off the edges nicely so it all just looks nice. There we go. Happy with that. So that's come out really nice. So now what I can do put my little kit away. Don't need that anymore. And put all that away. And I'm just going to tidy up and then show you the next step. Okie dokie. Let me tidy it up. So I've attached the popper onto its other side, and then I'm going to get that nice and straight. So I'm just going to turn it a second just when I have a check of this. Make sure it's nice and straight. Anyway, let me just turn it this way. Sorry, I just double check I got this straight. There we go. And now I'll just turn it back again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my little brad awl here, and I'm going to make some holes, little starter holes, just through the holes in the bracket for holding on the bellow strap there. So let me just put those in. I'm just going to do that off camera because I need to get it straight again. So just give me a sec while I just make. Okay, I've got some nice screws here, and they're flathead, because I think crosshead screws would look out of place on an old accordion, so they look much better. So a nice length, which will hopefully give a nice secure fit. I've made my holes where I want the bracket to go. So the next step, before I put the screws in, is to do some tiny little pilot holes with my quite a small drill. I don't want to do a big hole because that will mean that when you screw them in, it could end up being a bit loose. So all I'm going to do now, I've got my drill. I'm just going to drill these little pilot holes in here. Like so. I'm going to get my strap. I'm going to put the first screw in, and let's get a nice screwdriver to go with it. So let's put the first one in and just see how those pilot holes work, because I might need to enlarge them a little bit, but let's just see how that screw goes in and just see if it needs to be a bit bigger hole. Now that's going in nice, so I'm going to go in with these ones. So I'm just going to screw these screws in, and I'll show you when I've done it. There we are. So that's nicely on, nice and secure. Still spins, but nice and secure on the fixings there. So I'm just going to put the other one on the other side, and then once I've done that, I'm just going to give the accordion a little test, little play a few tunes, and that will be done. So thanks for watching. I'm just going to do the other bellow strap, and then I'll do a little play for it as well. Give me a tick. Okay, bellow straps are nicely on. There we go, and that one. So I'm really pleased. So this is what this accordion sounds like. I've really enjoyed doing some remedial work on this one. So let's see if I can just play some tune. Let's see what I can do. That's the full sound. If I take off the low, take off the MMM and make it just an M with the other thing. There we go. So, pleased with the repairs on this one. So it's all finished. I just got to put the grill back on, and that's done. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these little repair videos, and I will be getting back to my other vintage Italian accordion that I kind of started, and I did this, and now I'm going to go back to that one, which is the Pancotti. Very similar accordion, similar sound, but I'm going to be finishing off that one. But there we go. Thanks for watching.